Hello, hello, hello! Can you hear me in the chat? Do we have some viewers? Can you hear me? Can I hear myself? Hello, hello! Yeah, I am there. Alright! Let's go! How are we all doing? Hope you are doing great. We're here for a ninth locker room rundown. It's been a little more than 2 months now. We've been doing those every week. Uh, Another big update this week. I think I'll just go right into it. We just open the game. I will open the game. How has been your week, everyone? You had a great week? You had a tiresome week? Are you longing for the weekend? All right. Hoping the game is open. I'll do a little. Doo, doo, doo. What's my setup? This one. Hey, there you go. I had an HSS week. What does that mean? What is that? I'm wondering. Good week. Good week. It's been really cold, crazy cold this week. I don't know why. Probably winds and whatnot. But yeah, it's always. I don't know if there's like a lot of cold temperature where you live, but um, it's like you're kind of using energy to warm yourself, so you're always more tired, you're hungry all the time, all that sort of stuff. So there's kind of a winter survivor vibe to it. Really good week, awesome. Hey, Rudog, you had a great week, awesome. That is awesome, cool. Oh, my window is all. Why is it? I think I don't have the right one. I think I'm looking for this setup. There you go. That looks better. That much better. All right. I'll go right into it. We have a bunch of new features and fixes in this new version. I think you guys are going to be happy about what we've done. So first things first, I'm gonna go in the video menu. It's a little thing. It's not much, but kind of makes for clearer messaging. When you do apply, either by clicking or with the controller, now you just it tells you that you've applied the setting. So it's just a little confirmation because if you leave otherwise, it won't be applied, and it's just a little clearer now. We've had some crazy stuff, especially for people that have kind of leveled up a little bit. Actually, I won't be able to show all of it. I think I will be, in fact. There are new stuff. There's new stuff in the progression. I think I presented before goal effects as well as puck trails. So by default, those will be at none. But now you will unlock some stuff, specifically level 19, 57, 85, 35, and 69. So what is this exactly? Goal effect is basically some visual effects you're going to see on top of goals as you score goals. So there are two of them actually. There is Pow Pow, and there is not Metal King. In fact, I don't have the other one. Oh, it's HSS Cup, so it is some sort of cup that will appear on top of the goal. I can show one later. Also, you're going to see some puck trails. So by default, there is some fire with smoke that follows the puck once you hit a certain speed. So if you just let loose of puck, you won't see that. But if you shoot really hard, let's say a slap shot, something like this, you will get a fire behind your puck. You can now choose other stuff depending on your level, if you unlocked them or not. There's going to be a rainbow. There's one that is money, and the other one is blue laser, which is there. Crazy. So, yeah. happy leveling up. If you are already over a level that features these options, rather, um, you will already see them in your roster, so you can already apply those directly to your characters in the roster, which is super cool. I'll be able to show one later, how it looks. I think I've gotten one on Davy Deeks, right? Yeah, right. Cool. Next thing. Hey, Blowtech. Next time, I think I'm gonna launch a match now. I'm gonna go with a quick match. I think I will go with no bots, just to show you a little thing. And I will go with Davy Deeks. Davy Deeks it is. You realize now you got the tip at the bottom. This has been localized now, so if you're in French or in Quebecois, you will see actual proper translations, which is always cool. Um, all right, so I'm gonna try to do a goal here. I don't think everyone has seen this thing yet. So got a little POW here. So this is one of the goal effect. So there are a few of them. There you go. Pow pow. The other thing I mentioned was the Puck Trail. So if I do this, I do have the Rainbow Puck Trail. So there are little stars. And there's different colors. There's one that's called Money. So it's kind of green, and the other one is like really blue. So if you are above level, what did I say? 1957 and 85, you will unlock those. Uh, Again, if you're already level 85, you already have the three of them, so we can actually go ahead and use them. Uh, Something else that we added, just a little feedback. I think it's really fun. If I move here, you realize my character doesn't move. Yeah, level 100 for sure. You realize my character doesn't move because I am player focused in terms of camera. And I can use this button to change it. But now there's a little feedback at the bottom that tells you just what the camera focuses on. So if you're not sure, you can actually see now I'm focusing on the puck, now I'm focusing on the player. So if I move, I got this, and if I do whoop, focus puck, then it goes back to the puck. So I just a little feedback to show you what am I focusing on. Sometimes it's not clear. Sometimes you're following the puck and you're not sure in what mode you are. Because if I change at the moment, see, it doesn't make a difference. So actually, this feedback just makes it clear. Okay, I'm in player focus. So even if I lose the puck, it stays focused on me. Quick thing, a little thing, really. Um, the next one. The next one is going to be really cool stuff. It's going to be actually the last feature. I didn't think it'd go in. Davy Deeks, man. I want to see that replay. Show me the replay. Right in the corner. So we changed one thing in actually with the posts themselves. I think I'm gonna do a quick drawing. It's gonna be the best way to explain that. Right on top. So actually, what happened? Let me just. I'm gonna do a little thing here. You see this? All right, cool. We'll do that. So, paint. So a goal. We're going with the old paint. Is that big enough? I think it's gonna be. Can I have a bigger size? There you go. Okay, so you got a hockey goal. Looks like this. Kind of got the 3D part of it at the back, and kind of the bar like this. It's probably the worst goal you've seen in your life, but doesn't matter. It's fine. Uh, the problem we've had a lot is those two posts. We've seen a lot of goals actually sticking to them. This is because the way we're using our our collisions are actually super performant because they're online. They need to be really performing. The easiest thing to trace in 3D in an engine is a sphere, because basically you give one value. Let's say you got your center, you give one value, and then it says, okay, cool, I got my vector, and then it does a sphere using that one value. So it will say, "Phoop, there's my collision. It's a sphere, looks like this." So this is super performing. This is not great for a goalpost. You don't want this. So the other, I would say, the other next best performing thing is you can have a cube, or rather a prism. That would be, it can be a rectangle, could be it could be a cube also. Best cube you've seen in a while. Something like this, and then this like this. You get it. It's, wow. And the problem with this is, if you look at the goalpost from the top, it is circle. So of course, if I'm gonna put a cube, well, from the top it's gonna look like this. So of course, angles are not gonna be super great. Otherwise, you could go smaller, but then again, you kind of have the same issue. Your puck will go in, and it will really bounce. Like, it might bounce on the corner, but you don't really get that sphere thing. So the solution we went with, at least temporarily, we actually had, I'm trying to make it as big as possible, actually add uh, many rectangles, and try to, this is the worst drawing ever, and try to do somewhat of a shape. Now it looks like a pentagram. This is awesome. But roughly, if I can, everything is messed up. But at least you kind of get closer because of the angle. You get closer to an actual circle from the top, at least. Now we've replaced the mesh, the collision, by really a cylinder. So really, when you look at it from the top, it is actually a cylinder, and if you watch it like this, it is actually the shape of the post. I'm like doing all of this with a mouse, so excuse my poor drawing. It looked like like a weird noodle, like an unbent macaroni. But yeah, so uh, little game dev, uh, quick class right there. Look, doing my best, but the bottom line is, now you're actually shooting against an actual cylinder, which is gonna bounce much better. Um, see you, Blowtech. So it's actually gonna bounce. It's actually gonna have much more randomness, because we missed it, but yeah, it actually went on it and gonna went away. Usually, what would have happened before is it would kind of get stuck in the collision, because if it would get in, I'm gonna go back with my this version, uh, kind of like this, just faking some sort of circle. If it kind of gets in within a crack like this, the puck would basically stay stuck there, which is why it would happen a lot. So I mean, we're still dealing with super performant online collisions, so this will happen sometimes. We're talking about physics games, with really precise physics. But since now we do have a cylinder, it will happen much less. And you're actually going to see interesting stuff. See how that bounced? You wouldn't have this before. It would bounce like this. You're going to watch the replay. It's going to bounce. It's going to bounce. Boop. And it bounced right back. Usually it would have just stuck there, staying there. So that is actually a big change. It's not gonna feel really different, because essentially we mimicked that collision with cubes before. Now it's just as it's an actual cylinder, so it will just feel better, but it will perform probably relatively the same. Not much different from before. So, oh, I almost went in. So that's it. That's it for the features. I'm gonna go ahead and just change my setup because we're going into penalty box. How's everyone down for a penalty box? So penalty box, for those who don't know, is the segment we use to explain what bugs we squashed during the week. So one of the things that didn't work for some reason was that you wouldn't be able to change your tabs in the profile mode, in the profile menu, and now it works again. I don't know what happened with this, but it does work now. So that's a good news. No worries, thanks, Car. So that is fixed. There was also a weird thing that we have, specifically in custom matches and local matches, is, and it was kind of odd. If I move right to change character, it would work. If I move left, it wouldn't go left. So you actually had to cycle through all the characters to actually go back to someone. Now I can just swap between these two. This didn't work before, so this works. For some reason, I think it worked in the find match, in the find match feature, but not in custom matches. So now this works. Little thing, but yeah, it kind of needed fixing. Also, one thing I'm gonna show it. It's gonna be a great. If I go in the tooltip, you see the tooltip box for the skating goes right, but if I go in this theme, the tooltip is going to go left, which is actually a great thing because it means if you're the right turnmost character, the more to the right of the screen, you will actually still be able to look at your tooltip because you wouldn't be able if you were the third character from the team. So this is now allows you to actually read what's going on. And I realized there's one thing I forgot to mention. Is if I go in the roster, you actually see as I select the different skating, strength, shooting, endurance, passing, and handling, you got a different boost bottle colors associated to the name themselves as you select them. So if I go back in custom match, and then I do like this, I do like this, I do have the same color there. So just a quick, easy identify what are those colors, and one day you realize that skating is actually the blue stat and whatnot. So a little change here made. I will go into match now. I think I'm gonna take Davy Deeks and Howie. Oh wait, there you go. A few things also that have changed. A little sip of coffee. Cheers. Yep. All right. One thing that has changed, which is minor but was bugging all of us, it is if you watch Kaku Kaivu now, David X, look at the indicator under my character. It used not to work on the Hockey Super Squad. It's been fixed. This one has been there for a long time. We knew about it. We just didn't put any sort of time on it because, there's always more pressing matters. But yeah, this was bugging me a lot. And now it's fixed. Good news. We take those. There's also a fix now that only shots taken to the goal will count towards stats. So before, if I did this was counted as a shot to the goal, I believe. Which of course, shouldn't happen. But yeah, again, this was counted as a shot. So basically, we just shot anywhere, anytime. Now, if I do this, this is a shot on goal. This will actually make it to the stats. I think that's it. Is that all of it? Let me just review. Notification, puck trail. DVDs! Pow, 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 pow. So again, if you're over level 19, you will have some puck trails available, one puck trail, and if you're max level, you're gonna have a bunch of options. Have fun with them. Oh, there's one thing I missed, which is gonna be useful. Yes, all right. Let me quit. I'm gone. There you go. When you create a match and you go into regions, and you see it takes a while now to appear, but actually it's sorting the regions by ping. So the worst regions for you are going to be way down at the bottom. So it's actually pinging everything, and seeing, okay, cool, Canada East. See, for some reason USA East would be better for me. So probably, yeah, it's probably closer. Canada East would be like way east compared to me. So great way to dox yourself, but also have better pings. I'm joking. USA West, Europe. That's what is interesting. Europe is right under USA West, which is interesting to me. But yeah, so it's gonna be a way better way to see what works well for you or not. So just a little thing we've done. Go back into, or is it this one? Yay! Gotta get rid of my spaghetti drawing here with the goal. Yes, last thing, we have this weekly code. I think it's thanks y'all. It is. So we're gonna get as always a little pack of boost bottles, one each. So feel free to stack up. I think we're gonna go in the tournament now, real quick. Real quick. We're almost done with the tournament. There's only one match left to be played. Let's take a look at this bracket now. It got crazy. It got crazy. So, in the full screen. That's it. I think I'm gonna close the game now. So the new patch will be live soon after the stream. And in the meantime, gotta go with this. Let's take a look at this bracket. So, just a little reminder, in round 3, we had Ansa against Golden Maple Leafs. We had Ice Best against Online. Ice Best won. This was surprising. This is where Ice Best kind of piqued my interest, if you like. We got Mokalove against Team Fat. Team Fat managed to win this one. Not an easy win. And KYF against Kumawe Jabadlo. I do believe this match hasn't been played. We had then Golden Maple Leafs against Ice Best. Ice Best winning 2-0. Two fairly close match, not big scores. Really, really defensive plays. Really hard to get anything in for both teams. It was really interesting. And then we had Team Fat against Team KYF. This was super tight up at the ending. It was, yeah. If you haven't seen this, please go watch the matches. It's on YouTube. If someone has the link in the chat, please post it. It was really interesting. we actually used some different servers. Probably one server was worse for the team, for one team, and then the opposite for the second match. And then we kind of found a common ground by using USA East that worked super well for everyone. Was I think it was really balanced in terms of ping, and then that's where the match was super tight, super interesting. Really strong plays from both teams. In the end, KYF kind of managed to slip their way. Like it was really close in terms of score, and then by the end, KYF managed to score a few in, and Fat never managed to go back. Uh, it was great hockey, great plays, and that brings us to Team KYF against Ice Best. We don't know yet when they're gonna play. Ice Best had some scheduled challenges. Could have went either way. Yeah, yeah, and that's why I think it was a great semifinal. It was super tight up until the ending. Uh, you might have been looking on a few shots. Team Fat were not on some other shots. It could have gone really differently. It was great hockey. It was it was really fun to watch, to comment. Yeah. I'm the only thing I can hope is the final is going to be as interesting because this was one of the best semifinal we could have hoped for. But yeah, really two strong contenders for final. Yes, yeah, the final is going to be exciting. As mentioned, I don't know when it's going to be played. Ice Best has some scheduled challenges. One of their players is going to be back on Sunday, probably too late to play on Sunday. We're going to watch if the match is going to be played this week or rather next weekend. So I'll let you know in the server when it's going to be the best moment. But yeah, looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be really interesting. And thanks for the comments about the commenting. I've received the best, a few some of the best comments after the last match. The last matches were crazy, and people got really into it. And I had some comments about the commenting itself. I don't have a lot of experience on this. I'm just doing my best, but I'm happy to hear that you feel like this enhances what you see, the gameplay and everything. Yeah, makes my heart warm really to have this. So thanks for those comments. Ultimately, the gameplay is super cool. You guys are playing great hockey super squad, and it makes it really easy to get great commenting. Um, all right. I think it's gonna be it for the features. Um, I will be a bearer of bad news. Um, not the best of things to have to say, but we've taken a decision in the last few weeks. We've been working on HSS. I would say starting maybe this summer, um, around July, June, uh, after working on Goons Legends and Mayhem, which is, let's be honest, most of the foundations of this game. So like all of the onlines of the hockey mechanics. We've tweaked some stuff to make it a really distinct experience and makes it its own thing. But it started on really strong foundations. Let's say it like that. Uh, and we had to do, check how things go and what we're gonna do in the future and everything. And I would say like you guys have been fantastic, really great community. However, we didn't manage to get the attention as much as we wanted. And I'm gonna be honest, it's super difficult to get any sort of game out these days. To support it might be even more difficult. So we've taken the decision to actually stop the support for the game. That doesn't mean the game is not going to work anymore. It just means that we won't have patches anymore. So this week, it's been a lot of features, a lot of fixes, stuff we wanted to do for a long time now. Some smaller stuff, some bigger stuff, but yeah, it just going forward it just doesn't make sense, financially speaking, to keep working on the game. So yeah, not the best of news. I'm really sorry about that. However, the server will still open. The game will keep going on. The tournament is not done. Tournament is not done. We can always also have other tournaments in the future, but unfortunately, this will going to be the last patch for Hockey Super Squad. As much as it pains me to say that, it's kind of the only logical thing to do right now. I mean, down hero, I don't know. Um, I'm saying forever, but to be honest, I don't know. We don't know what the future holds for us. I have no idea. Um, but yeah, the thing is, right now we have employees on the game. They work hard. They do good stuff, but it's costing us a lot of money. And basically nothing gets in, to be honest. Uh, we wanted to work on a DLC package. The DLC package was like halfway done, and then we realized even with the amount of players that we have, even if, let's say let's be super optimistic, let's say 10% of you guys purchase the DLCs, it means nothing. Like it barely covers anything, so it just doesn't make sense. There's not enough players. It's super hard to get new players, super expensive. We're still proud of what was done because we basically have pennies in terms of marketing. We didn't have, like, we basically tried to turn around Goons, if I'm being completely transparent. Our previous game, which did well, but like way under the numbers we would have liked to see. 2024, 2025 has been super difficult in terms of getting attention for games. It's really hard when you're talking about niche games like hockey, it might be even harder. So it's yeah, it's been difficult. Uh, thanks, guys. Yeah, Carl, it kind of, yeah, the ads model works well, but you need so much bigger numbers to actually make it worthwhile. Like I'm wondering if we made a few $100 with the game so far, and we spent probably upwards of, yeah, well into the five digits. Like I mean, well into, probably closing in the six digits. So it just doesn't make sense. We're just basically spending money on a game that doesn't bring in anything. There was some conversation to turn the game into, some sort of franchise. It didn't pan out. Like, yeah, the industry is really hard at the moment. There's no investment, a bunch of people losing their jobs. So we are happy, we are blessed to be able to do this game, have it to a stage where it's super stable. There's a bunch of features. We wish there was ranking, but we're talking about another few months. And it just didn't make sense. Like usually when you launch the game, this is where you have your higher numbers. It usually kind of goes down from there, and then you got another peak. Let's say when you're out in early access. But even if we manage to keep, let's say, two-thirds of the highest peak we had out of early access, it still would like be a massive money hole. So it just, yeah, there's no way to turn this easily. I mean, we would have needed like something probably like consoles, cross-platform. This is where I mean this project would have ballooned so fast. So um, yeah, yeah, it sucks. It sucks. However, the game will stay there. Uh, yeah, exactly, Carl. That is exactly this. So beta was like, was it worth it? We had a great time. We were really on the fence of let's go all in and spend a bunch of money on marketing. And the thing is, the stats, the statistics, they're just against us. Uh, Not us specifically, but when a game does X amount of players at launch, really, really, really rarely will they go over that ever again. And it does happen. Like if you see Among Us, they were just about to close servers, and then COVID happened, and then a lot of people started to play that game. But it's a unicorn. It's not something you see a lot, and it's like right now, Rage Cure is not in financial trouble. It's not in massive debts or that sort of stuff. We're blessed. Some studios are closing when this happens. We can say, let's pull the plug on this. It stays there. It's still playable. People can enjoy it to their heart's content. They can still play the game. We can support that, but at least we're not closing the doors. We're not, we can still say, okay, let's take a step back, see what we're going to work on next, prototype. We don't know what, again, we have no idea. That is frightening and exciting. This is really yes, I really don't know how it's gonna go. Uh we learned so much in the last few years with those two games, and it feels like we need a change in terms of tone, not tone, maybe not tone, but uh, s- for sure it's not going to be a hockey game. You can trust me, because two in a row is enough. And I know everyone likes the game that's good. We appreciate it, but yeah, so it's kind of a reset for us, really. It's a weird moment. We kept, pushing updates, but we knew that it was just not uh, catching attention as much as we've liked. Uh, we're quite like unlucky. I think NHL get out with its big first patch at the same time, so media didn't cover us at all. YouTubers, not much, barely. So yeah, it was. We kind of tried to reach out. It just didn't work. We didn't get any. We failed to get attention and get traction. So I mean, yeah, it is what it is. So the only thing that we're really happy about this whole thing is we can still keep the game up to a fair amount. Because at one point, if there's too many people playing, then it's gonna cost us money. But then at the same time, you would expect that ads kick in. So it's fine if it works too well, in a way. And if it doesn't work well, then it's manageable in terms of cost. So it's really a good thing we can keep the game up, because we know there are people here still love the game. We know there are people who will want to partake in a future tournament, and there's no issue doing that at all. We can even do tournament and pass the crown to new winners. This is all managed outside of the game, so we can do that dynamically without updating the game, which is super cool. I'm gonna catch up on the question. Is it too low of an audience to have ads? So yeah, the ads are working, but I mean, we're talking pennies a day. Like, don't do anything with that. You can't even. I think we can buy like coffees for the team, and that's gonna be it. Um, Thanks for keeping the game up. At least, really wish it turns around. You never know. You never, as mentioned. Like, I know it's a unicorn. It's not things that happen, but some games do have some sort of big breakthrough, like years after they're out. Uh, let's not count on this because it's really rare. But you never know. You never know. How many active players must there be to be worth it? It depends. It's a combination of things, because having a lot of active players is one thing. It's not enough. I think at this point we would need to actually push DLCs. But I mean, if we had a solid, I don't know, 600 CCUs, so that means concurrent players at basically all time or average, then it would be worth it. We had this at one point, like the week after the release, we were verging around 500, 600 players, which was awesome. But I mean, it's so difficult to keep the people in the game. Like you need weeklies, you need some sort of events, you need a lot of community management, which is, I mean, it's a lot of work. Uh, I can appreciate that some studios are able to do that. Props to them. This is awesome. We just didn't manage to keep all the players. Um, I mean, other games, much bigger games, free games like Marvel Rivals, managed to, do super well. So of course your game's gonna fade out. That's expected, but now like we would need like basically 30 times the amount of players we have at the moment to make it any worth it. Like in terms of money to keep the lights on. So it just doesn't make sense. Yeah, it's kind of crazy the numbers you need. Can I play two in the tournament? So the tournament is almost finished. We're in the finals now. However, I would be happy to support further tournament because basically the game is there. We have this system for tournament. It works super well. I would be happy to do tournaments, and even I would be happy to hold smaller tournaments in different regions. So basically, I would say this is a European tournament, so easier to organize in terms of schedule because everyone's going to be on the same or around the same time zone, and also server is going to be tighter. And then we can do a North American one, so do smaller tournaments, easier to manage, but also easier on everyone for the schedule. Because yeah, ideally we wouldn't have tournaments spanning over a month for I don't know, like 5 brackets. So that's something we'll be able to do in the future. The game stays there, so everything will be still working. So that will be do you know Slapshot Rebound? We started playing a similar size. The game is not pretty. Yes. So Slapshot Rebound has been doing great numbers for a while now. They always kept themselves like I would say around like 135 CCUs all the time, which is not bad at all. It's pretty darn good. Also, we're kind of fighting for the same demographics. So yeah, it's super hard to we can't really easily steal their players, which is not something we wanted to do anyways. When we got our big numbers, and that's interesting, with we got our big numbers like week 2 or something, they still managed to do just around the same as they did usually. So that told us that uh, the two games are not actually targeting the exact same players, and they can actually live sideways each other without any issues. So it's not a problem with Slapshot, manages to get their players and then we can steal them, whatever. It's really two different things. But yeah, we're fighting in a much different environment now in 2025 to keep the attention of players. It's costly, it's difficult. There's a lot of awesome games out that are free. Slapshot released in December 2020, if I'm not mistaken. A really different environment then. They managed to develop a culture. Props to them. I mean, they did a great job. They have a game that people love and keep returning to, and that's difficult. That's real difficult, and they managed to do it. So that is awesome. Um, did it just get more attention? For sure. So the market at this point too was not as crowded. Not many proper hockey game on Steam on PC specifically. Now there's been a few options out. Um, Tape to Tape has been out too. Not an online game, but still a really close, a really strong title as far as hockey. I don't think it plays too much in Slapshot Rebound. Really different experiences, but still in terms of uh, attention, interaction, it does play. It does play. You're not as special now if you put out a hockey game. But also, I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff. Like another game that's came out recently. They were doing, at least I'm not up to date with this, but they're doing great numbers. I don't know. I don't know. We failed something. It's gonna be a post-mortem where we're gonna look at how we can actually better market ourselves. This might be the hardest and the most important thing to indies. for any game anyway. Especially nowadays, like you're fighting for the attention of players, and it's getting more, and it's harder and harder to get them. And yeah, it's gonna be a postmortem about how we can get more traction. How do we, developing good games is not enough. Basically, that's what I'm saying. Oh, well, I'm glad the game is staying up because me and my friend have been having a lot of fun. So thank you. This is great. Thank you. Really appreciate the message. To be honest, we don't feel defeated. We don't feel bad. We feel like we try to do something. People enjoy it, and it just didn't get as much as attention as we wanted it to get. And that's it. That's it. So we're not sour. We're not. We have to make a rational call. Uh, a really cerebral call. Like, doesn't make sense to put more money in this? And the short answer is no. It doesn't. It doesn't make sense. However, we're super, super happy to be able to keep the servers up. It won't change anything to the experience. Like, you won't see any degradation in performance. You won't see that sort of stuff. You just won't see new stuff in. Um, that's unfortunate in a way. Like, we had the DLCs coming. We're like confident at one point that, this might be able to turn the ship around. Now we were not comfortable getting the DLCs out because it felt like we were saying, "Hey, we're stopping support. Give us money." It just didn't make sense. It didn't make sense. It was super weird. So we decided, we could push and say, let's do the DLC. But then, yeah, that's going to be super odd. We felt like we were jeopardizing our reputation by, you know, selling something, asking for money, and then almost at the same time saying, hey, by the way, we won't support the game anymore. It felt weird. We didn't feel it was right. So we decided, yeah, screw this. No. So and even like we decided like the trail and the goal effects and everything weren't meant to be part of the progression. We said they're ready, they're done. Everybody will ever see them. That sucks. Let's just make them part of the progression and let the players have fun with it, and that's it. So we decided like this morning we put it in the game because it was ready. It was ready. So we decided if it's not going to be part of a DLC, at least let's give it to the players. And yeah, it felt odd to ask for money uh, right after saying, yeah, we're dropping support. It didn't felt right. So yeah. Um, Thanks again, Downey Roo. Is it Downey Ro? Oh, or Down Hero? Any case, thanks for the message, Hero. Lol. All right. Um, thanks for the great messages. It is unfortunate. I am very glad that you guys love the game. I think with the last patch, this last patch is gonna be out later today. uh, I feel like we've fixed a lot of, tiny stuff that are not massive, but they kind of add up to an experience that's not as tight as we want it to be. I'm talking about mostly goalpost collisions and that sort of stuff. Uh, those are going to feel great, and we're happy to be able to push, just a last substantial patch, which with stuff that is great, that will make a difference. That just some quality of life improvements. So yeah, yeah. I think that's it. It's not how I wanted to end the stream, but we uh, we pride ourselves on being transparent as much as we can, saying the real things, how they are, and that is just what it is. And yeah, I'm gonna be happy still to have a chat with you in the chat. We're not going anywhere. The Discord stays there. If people get answers, uh, Thank you. I would like to say, like, you see my face a lot. Um, I'm talking in public. I'm doing, that communication. There's a team of 6 persons, that 6 devs that worked on this. I want to thank them. They're great people, hardworking people, and it's a team effort. I just want to say that it's not. I'm not taking credit for this. This is this. I didn't want to do this, but a little cry helps sometimes. Um, Thanks a lot. Thanks for being there every week, and yeah, I will see you on Discord. I think I've said everything that needed to be said, and yeah, so we'll see about the end of this tournament. I can't wait. It's gonna be a great way to celebrate the game and see who is in Europe. It's gonna be first. That sucks. No North American team. Fat almost made it. No North America. I'm kind of mad that, like, the Canada or U.S. is not even represented in that final. I'm not mad. I'm happy that you guys are good. It's like, oh shit. Well, I can't say anything. I've got, like, we've been swept in first round. Not not exactly the best of show. All right. See you in the chat, you guys. I will keep you updated when the patch is out. That should be in, I don't know, maybe in the next hour. In the meantime, stay good, people. Thank again. You're great, and see you on the ring. Thanks a bunch.